your program is way more important than any other thing. If your program sucks and if you're trying to execute it well, you're not going to be able to recover from it. So programming is the most important aspect of the equation, with some caveats. The big caveat is that you have to understand your program, right? You have to understand where you are at as an athlete or someone who is trying to rehab an injury, and respect that. If you don't accept where you actually are in your training or rehab or life journey, you're not going to make progress, right? So where you are at and what your current ability level is going to be a super important part of the equation and dictating how you go about executing a program. Because to be honest, like, there is not that much of a difference between programming for a beginner and programming for someone who is an expert. What will matter is the ability for the person to execute the program, their understanding of themselves athletically, and also just the fact that, like, experts do the basics really, really well, and keeping things simple is a really good way to get really good at things, right? And beginners often think that they need a lot of different things to get better, when a lot of times they just need a lot of really good practice and repetitions and learning, honestly, by doing stuff that is hard and frustrating and forces you to learn, right? So a lot of times people can look at a program and be like, oh, that's a good program, that's a bad program. And I think to some extent that is something you can do, but it also depends. It depends on the person running it, and it depends on the goals, and it depends on the enjoyment factor, right? I don't typically look at somebody's program that's like 5 sets of 10 as necessarily a good program, but like, that person might freaking love 5 sets of 10, and they might be more bodybuilding or hypertrophy oriented, and they run that well, and it makes sense to them. For a lot of people, it's going to take a different mix of elements of a good program to get them where they want to go and to make it make sense with them, right? But if you are trying to, like, get where you want to go, you need to make sure that you understand the program you're running and that you are running it well. And if it sucks, then you can't just go try to recover more or try to eat more to make up for the fact that that program is not right for you and you're not running it well. So, like, load management, programming, understanding what you're trying to do and being intelligent about that is the key for a lot of people. That takes into account frequency, intensity, exercise selection. All of that stuff can be a huge piece, or is a huge piece, of people being successful, right? So yes, look at your sleep if you're not making the progress you want. Look at your nutrition if you're not making the progress you want. Look at other stressors in life if you're not making the progress you want. But look at your programming and ask yourself, is this the right program for me at this stage? Is this stuff that I enjoy, that's helping me move in the direction of my goals? Is it too much? Is it too little? Look at your programming and start to ask yourself some good questions. And if it's not taking you where you want to go, then figure out a way to switch it and meet yourself where you're at. That's all I got for today. Like, subscribe, and keep following along. Thanks.